So this is where we're staying, the Sandridge Motel and Apartments, and as you can see, it couldn't be any closer to the ocean without actually being wet. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a wander this morning and suss the place out a bit. I suspect that this Grandma Shields bakery might be worth... Oh, it's closed.
Well, it won't be closed all day, surely.
Why is it closed? It must be pushing 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lovely, lovely little beachfront.
Mm.
It's really, really nice. I'm not sure quite why, but a lot of the shops seem to be closed today.
Probably because it's Wednesday.
Maybe that's a Wednesday thing. Maybe it's an out of season thing. Well, this is kind of about typical for us, really. We've hit Lawn, which is absolutely lovely. It is a Wednesday, but for whatever reason, we're not sure, everything's shut. Everything's closed. All the bakeries and most of the coffee shops,
no, that bakery's
almost
open.
everything seems to be
bakery
closed.
open down there.
Seem to have acquired a friend. Willing to help us with our pasty and cake. We've definitely got a friend.
No.
No.
Nothing left, they'll come. No.
No.
No way.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yep, that's the best idea.
Nothing left. No.
What's your name? Is it Polly? Give you the side eye.
There's nothing, baby.
You're dirty. We're all dirty. So we just asked in the bakery why a lot of the businesses are closed, and just time of year apparently.
Season.
Just out of season.
But there isn't many people about, is
There's
there?
not that many people about, but
So
it's
you
a
can
shame because I would
understand
imagine in summer it would be quite hustly bustly and a lot more going on.
But then you'd probably think it were too busy
But then
and you
it
couldn't
probably
get in
so
anywhere.
it's 6 of one and half
Can't
dozen of
win.
the other, isn't it?
And it's too hot for us to be up night then.
This probably suits us better, to be fair. It's cooler and quieter. This is a great area for the kids. There's a skate park, there's a trampoline park there, there's a heated outdoor swimming pool over to the left. It's really nice. It's a real family destination, isn't it?
Yeah, perfect.
And just like that, we are leaving Lawn. So we've had 2 nights. It's been very nice. Apart from the fact that, unfortunately, both Angie and I seem to have picked up a little bit of a bug. And for the last couple of days, we've felt a bit crap, to be honest. A bit like somebody's taking your batteries out. So we're dosed up with all sorts of things. And the show goes on, as they say.
Beautiful area, isn't it?
So I suspect this next section of riding, which is only about an hour, to Apollo Bay, where we intend to stay tonight, is going to be a really scenic coastal. It looks like the section of the Great Ocean Road that is literally really hugging the coast. So, expecting a bit of nice scenery. Of course, we're staring at the back of a caravan, obviously.
Not if you look down there, you're not. You're looking at rocks and ocean. And a jetty. That's nice, that air coming through, isn't it? 44.
Hollow Bay, 44 Ks.
Somebody's having a play out there on the boat.
Oh yeah, look at this road.
Beautiful. That road works up there. They've not shut it, have they?
That would be about right, wouldn't it? Road work ahead. We sat on the beach yesterday for a while watching the guys and girls trying their best to surf when really there was no waves. It was quite funny.
They're only
They
tiny.
desperately
weren't
wanted to surf, but there just wasn't any waves big enough, really.
they? Just about get on monthly and then it's finished.
Yeah.
Oh, you was off-roading today, did you?
Oh, nothing surprises me. I'm amazed they've not closed the entire Great Ocean Road today for refurbishment or something.
I can't believe Grandma Shields was open today, but not yesterday.
Yeah.
It's just Wednesday, isn't it? Quiet day, obviously. The one day we was here, though.
Yeah.
It is beautiful, isn't it, being able to see all that from the road. We're not quite that close in WA, are we? They don't do many. Hillary's is a little bit, but
It's all set back, isn't it?
not quite this close, is it? Till we get to Trig, anyway.
So we finished up with fish and chips for dinner last night. We didn't fancy a great deal. I think both was being a little bit off colour. We didn't want a lot, so
There wasn't an awful lot open, really,
we
was
had
there?
no. There wasn't. We was a bit surprised that the majority of lawn shops were closed. There was very few eating places open. We asked, and apparently it's just a seasonal thing. Once summer comes, but then. You know, I mean, we're 2/3 of the way through October now, so according to Google, November, I think we said December, January and February was season, or I'll say November, December and January. It seems to be a 3-month holiday season.
Maybe they open
So
at weekends.
surely that doesn't mean that almost everywhere's closed for the other 9 months, I don't know.
Can't make money if that's the case, can they? You can't pay rent if you're not bringing anything in, can you?
There
Surely.
was an awful lot of the town closed.
A lot
there
of
was an
cafes
award-
and stuff closed.
There's an award-winning pie shop called Grandma, what was it, Grandma? Shields Bakery.
But it was open then when we just passed. It must just
We
be
really
Wednesdays.
fancied, but it was closed.
Yeah.
And then just as we left this morning, of course, it was open.
And it
And
did
there was
say on the
also-
internet it should have been open, but it wasn't, was it? It was just shut.
There was a gelato ice cream store that was voted Australia's best gelato that I
Which
really
we
fancied
passed.
trying.
Yeah.
The first time we passed it, it was closed. And then the second time we passed it last
It was
night,
just closing, wasn't
it was just closing. It had
But
just
we
closed.
were
We missed
full,
it by
which was a
seconds.
shame.
Yeah. So we missed out on that as well. Oh, look how sheer that is.
Oh yeah, they need them nets, don't they?
So if there's ever a wrong time to be there,
Come when we're coming.
that's when we're there.
Yeah. We're good like that, aren't we?
Do tend to be a bit unlucky with things like that, don't we?
We got up yesterday thinking we'll go and have a brunch at Grandma Shields, didn't we? We're going to have a milky coffee and one of the cakes or something. And a pie, maybe. And tuition. Got all ready for it, didn't we?
All psyched up, closed.
We went to the other bakery down the other end. That was quite
It
nice.
was alright.
Yeah.
Seemed a bit big.
You had
didn't
a-
it?
Yeah. You had a nice pasty there, you said.
Yeah, I did actually. It was all right.
My chocolate croissant was nice. Chocolat pan, or whatever they called it.
It's a very dramatic coastline, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Quality of the road here is quite poor. Very lumpy and
That's why they're
bumpy
probably
and
doing
potholy.
it. Yeah. It probably goes across a few shires, that, doesn't it?
All the roads in Victoria, you would think that they would keep on top of.
You'd think it'd be
Surely
this
the
one.
Great Ocean Road would be the top of the
It's
list.
the biggest tourist. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've just entered Apollo Bay. We're just going to have a little ride up and down the main aspect and see just what's here. And then that will probably determine if this is a one-night stay or a two-night stay.
Doesn't look, it looks more residential than
It does look more residential at the moment, doesn't it?
tourist. Can't see any restaurants or cafes or anything.
We're not in the thick of it yet, but we're close to, according to the checkered flag on the sat-nav.
That big circular window.
Right, so roughly where that foodery is on the right is what sat-nav is classing as the centre.
Which is just a petrol station.
There's a bit of something going on up here.
There seems to be lots of vacancies.
Beachfront motels there. Okay. So shops to supply.
Oh, there we go. A little bit more.
There's a bit more going on here, isn't there?
The chopsticks. Couple of cafes anyway.
It seems to
American
be open.
Beach diner. Yeah.
Bakery.
A bakery.
Oh, there's a little bit going on.
Yeah.
Let's just see how far it goes before it runs out. Apollo Bay Hotel. There's a similar size run of shops to Lawn, I would say. Mystery machine, look.
Award-winning ice cream there, baby.
And open.
Possibly.
That's a nice little
Well,
town.
if we go and have a drink and
Yeah, we'll
there's
do
the
that.
bakery.
There's the bakery, yeah.
and just
So we're now in Apollo Bay, and this is our accommodation. It's a coastal motel. And it's all very nice and clean and tidy, and as they all are, to be fair. So we're in room 10. I'll just give you the quick tour. I know people like to see this sort of thing. So there we go. That's the bed we're not using. Cleaning lady. And it's quite compact but nice. Nice sort of little kitchen unit. Nice bathroom. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, ideal. again. Again, it's a fairly small place. I did expect there to be a little bit more sort of continuity to what was going on the Great Ocean Road. But anyway, it is what it is. So we've been to the supermarket. We didn't really feel like much to eat tonight. We had a bite to eat in the apartment, and we're just out for a wander. So the beach is nice. Check this out. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's all misty over there. Not sure whether you'll get that or not, but there's like a sea mist rolling in. It's quite nice actually. And somebody playing out on a donut out there. You'd imagine so. Have a wander over and have a look at this harbour, I think. So welcome to the 15th night of our trip. We have just left Apollo Bay. This is Marengo, which is literally just around the corner. So we're just driving through now, and we are heading to Mount Gambier today, which is a decent length ride. It's about 4 hours, I think. And we've found a particularly, well, what we think is a particularly nice place to stay there. So that's what we're aiming for. And Mount Gambier is a bigger town. Could end up having a couple of nights there. We'll see how it goes.
I think it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, excuse me. Yes, the downside is tomorrow it's supposed to be raining. Not overly heavy, but I think on and off most of the day. So, on that basis, we might stick around in Mount Gamble. Mount Gamble? Gambier. And then continue on the following day. But we'll see, won't it? The beauty of this trip is you just make it all up as you go along. So, Apollo Bay, what did you think of Apollo Bay, Angie?
It was pretty. It wasn't as big as I expected it to be. But then, a lot in Australia is a bit like that, isn't it?
Angie's losing her voice, we think, this morning. I'll not push her into talking because she's we've both picked up a bit of a cold or something. I seem to be coming out the right side of it now, and Angie's tends to get your voice, doesn't it?
Yeah, my throat catches worse than it usually.
So it's a bit gravelly to say the least.
And achy.
So on account of the fact that we were both feeling a little bit crap still last night, we just had a very small dinner, and then we went for a wander down the beach for a bit of fresh air. We had a really nice walk along the beach actually. It was quite a long walk. We went round the harbour. The harbour was really quite nice, and yeah, the sun was just starting to come down, and it was nice. And then we wandered back and went and chilled back in the room and watched a bit of Netflix. So yeah, a few of the places that we've been to that the initial intention was to stay 2 nights, we've ended up only staying 1 night, and Apollo Bay being the perfect example because there's just not a great deal there. We got to the accommodation at about midday, and sort of clinched the accommodation, but the cleaners hadn't finished, so he said you can't go into your rooms till 2 o'clock. So we said that's fine, if we can dump the bags we'll just go and have a wander around. So we dumped the bags, we left the bike there, we went for a little wander around, and by about 1 o'clock, an hour later, we'd seen everything. We'd walked up and down the street, like 3 times by then. We'd looked in every shop. So it sort of doesn't justify. I suppose if you've got children with you and they want to play in the ocean, and you know, you want to go fishing and all that sort of thing, perfect. But from our point of view, because we're not trying to do that, we're just looking for a little bit of entertainment and ideally something nice to eat at the end of every day, and somewhere nice to stay. So we're finding somewhere nice to stay. Just recently we've been a bit off colour, so that something nice to eat hasn't really come into it. But generally we've had good food though, haven't we? We have managed to find quite nice food. But yeah, as I say, a lot of these places are just a bit small, and they kind of don't justify 2 nights. So
that's purely because we're not in water and stuff like that.
Yeah, because the beach doesn't really entertain us, and we're not into fishing and that sort of stuff. And obviously that's really what these places are geared for. So it's a bit more interesting for us to move on and see what comes next. But they are. I mean, Apollo Bay was lovely. Lorne was absolutely lovely. We seemed to more or less hit Lorne on the day that it was closed.
We are lucky like that.
But no, it's nice. It's nice to just get out and move on. We're struggling a little bit at the moment because we feel like we're running on batteries that are during the night are only charging up to about 15%. Both a bit drained. But we'll come good. We will pull through. So we'll crunch a few Ks anyway. We'll probably stop next in Port Campbell, which is about 90 Ks. It was perfect timing. I was just passing the sign then. It said BC 90. So yeah, in about 90 Ks we'll stop and have a brew, and most likely a quick chat. So catch you later. So this is the 12 Apostles, or we think it is, one side, and I'm going to flip the camera around. I think we're at the beginning of them. I think they continue down this coast. Unbelievably dramatic coastline. Wow, that's cool. So we just stopped off in Port Campbell, which is where at one point we were going to have an overnighter, but then we realised it was too small. So instead of an overnighter, it turned into a toasty and half a muffin. And a coffee. So we're going to push on and try and get to Mount Gamble tonight. It's 3 hours.
That's Mount Gambier.
Mount
Gambier.
So yeah. So we've just stopped for a leg stretch just outside, probably about an hour outside Mount Gambier. We were, bums were going a bit sore, weren't they? We'd done a bit of standing up, but we just needed a bit of a leg stretch. It's been very, very flyy. It's been the most fly splattered day I think we've had today, hasn't it? Have a look at this. Check that out.
How many wasps have you had in your helmet?
Yeah, I've had about 4 wasps try and get in my helmet today as well. Never had that before. We've had them stuck in the seat. Just pulled another one out the seat. Ugh, horrible. That's what I'm trying to see through. It's been a fairly long and a bit blustery timed ride today. We're just coming into Mount Gambier, and we are aiming for a place called the Barn Accommodation, which looks to be quite nice on the net. Good morning. Well, it's actually not such a good morning today. Just check this out. Yep, it's raining, and it's forecast to rain pretty much all day. It's just eased off just at the minute, but I think we're just going to have a wander into Mount Gambier and kind of pass the day that way. Angie's also feeling pretty damn crap today, so it's just really going to be a case of getting the day over, I think, and hopefully she's feeling a bit better tomorrow. I seem to be back to normal now, so yeah, let's see how the day pans out. Something, everything. She's trying to get in my bloody helmet today. That was another one. Angie?
Yeah,
You there, are you?
nice. Yeah, of course I'm there. Can you not tell?
You just...
I've got my knees wrapped round you.